back at it. This was map number 1 going in favor of AVANGAR, and it was quite brutal how we have seen it. It was not that much fun, Jamie. It didn't seem that comfortable for any of those guys, but in the end, that's how it goes sometimes. We're on Mirage. How do you feel about that?
How I feel about that is a very awkward question.
What does your heart say?
My heart says AVANGAR. Well, my heart says I want Imperial to win this just because they feel like a team that has a lot behind them. You know, they want to make top 30. They have the potential to make top 30. But after that trade performance, I don't feel like today's the day they make top 30. Yes. I think that they are out of this series already. As we were saying before the break, this is one of AVANGAR's best maps. Imperial are not awake at all. Nuki's not awake. He was the bottom fragger in the server during that last map. Nexa was performing all right, but he wasn't able to translate that over to Nuki's performance. We had some great stuff from Esperanto and co, but just not enough to frag up against what AVANGAR are bringing to the table. This regimented squad, been together for ages, been to the majors, been to LANs, you know, casted them out of LAN before. You know, I've seen what AVANGAR can do, and you know, Imperial had to bring a lot to try and face up against these guys, and unfortunately today it's just not working out. This is a lost series in my opinion for Imperial, and I think that this is where it ends. Live on map 2, Mirage, one of AVANGAR's best maps.
Yeah,
it's a no contest for me.
That's the thing, right? It's not a map where AVANGAR is just okay or mediocre. They're dominant on Mirage. This is something we just need to talk about. I'm going to give you a list of names, and you're going to tell me which teams actually have defeated, which team would you actually think would have defeated this team on Mirage. So, a victory against, a victory against Singularity, against Mousesports, against Alternate Attacks, against Godsend, against Red Reserve, against, overtime loss against Liquid. Those are just, this is everything that is really mentionable of AVANGAR and this map. So it's just a big oof, because you don't expect that this is the caliber AVANGAR is usually beating on such a map like Mirage. And especially Mouseport, 16-7? With that team that is now called one of the most dominant teams on this map, it's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, and that's just the caliber of what AVANGAR have to play with in that CIS playstyle. You know, managing to take a victory, a map away from the likes of Mousesports is no small feat for them.
No.
So,
it is crucial. It's just massive. It's just one hell of a victory, which might be just a one-time thing, but we're going to figure it out how dominant they are. We're switching directly over to a knife round with Jay and me taking care. Oh yeah. Wow. We're starting off with another rhyme. It never stops. It never stops. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to make you feel a childhood memory because now you have to memorize one of my bad rhymes. I didn't mean to.
Even if I memorize it, you'll just like leave. We'll go through one ear and come out the other. Like, that's just the way I operate, dude.
Is that a good? That doesn't make me feel very comfortable. If I ever have a conversation with you and I say something very important or crucial, and you just be like, "Wait, what'd you say?"
Yeah, I probably will forget it. I won't lie, mate.
I honestly already forgot my parents' birthday till I was like 18 or 19, so I think that's okay.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
No, it's not. No, I don't. It's actually quite easy because the one date is a 20 and the other is a 6, and my birthday is on a 26, so I could connect that, but my brain said no for a good bunch of time. And, well, let's see who will say no to who on this map Mirage, as we're seeing Imperial starting off on a terrorist site with a fast aggression towards A.
Smoke down towards mid and one out towards connector. They're actually going to be able to flush the A bomb site completely clear of AVANGAR players. No smoke needed for the CT spawn. The teams just push out and push Demon Sick away. A 5-on-5 retake with no damage being done to anyone here on the CT side.
It's incredible how no one got wounded throughout the process of a bomb being planted. Like 15 seconds talking about it. 3 players fall, one after another is going down from AVANGAR. Imperial start off hot with that pistol round and booster. He seems to be pretty chanceless in that situation, as Esperanto and his team took him down to 2 points of health, and he will fall short in that situation. Tries to go for any exit frags. No one is running into his crosshair yet. There he might die. He goes for the knife, and Buster does it! You gotta love it!
2 HP, you know, you gotta try and get as much out of that round as you can. That's a major boost to his economy state as well. If they wanted to force bite, he could get like a UMP or an M4. Actually, there you go. There it goes, the kicker, and they instantly know where to put their priorities there from AVANGAR. But on the Imperial side, it was a very interesting sort of way they actually set that round up. They put them, they had the double utility setup. They put one smoke towards window, and they only used one other smoke to cover up jungle, which was actually working extremely well to how Imperial play, because they just rushed CT stairs and flushed the CTs out of it. It was a very, very unique sort of pistol round, but it actually worked for the Imperial side.
Yeah, now, as you say, now it could be quicker. He exposed himself, and I think Imperial got to be a little bit more cautious, because they know where the M4 stands at that point in time. It means quicker rotating as quick as he can to another position of surprising the opponent, who right now has focused himself on a more defensive kind of playstyle. Jamie running in the flames, one standing towards connector. Cillian should find Booster as he just casually jumps around like it's a COD 4 game, and Quicker with his M4 gets himself the first, down to 26 points of health. He is Snooki coming in from behind, getting Demasic as well, but we got a man equalized situation. And the thing is, Quicker is not giving that M4 away to Chris who has full HP. I'm not satisfied with that.
Yeah, it would make the most amount of sense at this current point in time. He's got the head armor and everything, so admittedly headshots do count against these AKs, but they're close to each other. There is no reason for it. I guess they're boosting him up to try see if he can get the frag first, but now, yeah, eventually, yeah, they were looking to try get an early frag as they made their way into the A bomb site, but now Kristen has it. He's on full potential to shut this whole thing down, but he gets shut down instead by Nuki. And all Kicker is left to do is hold on to this M4. Maybe get an extra frag, which would be nice into Esperanto. Yep, sure. The retake is definitely off for this man as Imperial look to take their 2-0 start. He holds back towards CT. Nuki spotted him, and they're closing in both angles. He is not getting out of this one alive. That's a 2-0 start for the Imperial.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, the dreams of AVANGAR shattered like glass on the ground to that situation. Maybe the M4 should have kept himself a little bit more secret, because if you know your opponent would expect you to hold yourself in a more patient kind of style, then you would probably not dare to play against an M4 like that. And then you just all rush in and you take them down. But in this situation, the early shots of the M4 exposed the idea, and with the exposed idea, Imperial changed its style a bit by holding up for a second and making it all more clean, which means Quicker than Co only on the pistols and full throttle Imperial starting up that flat 6 engine to directly go on the B site. No doubt that this is going to be in favor of Imperial, as the Mac 10s and Co already starting off hot.
A quick hit, easy as, that's how you do it. There's not much the Kicker and Buster can really do. Next is just going to wait for a little bit, wait for his teammates to go hunting before he plants this bomb. And that is restricting to 40 seconds remaining. Just see what they can do against the rest of these rifles. Maybe Kicker with this Deagle could get some damage, could steal one of the AKs away. With 2 Mac 10s in play, it's more than likely that Esperanto or Tensky will just take the last 2 players out of the action. But it will be a 3-0 regardless of the favour of Imperial, which is the way they wanted to start this round of this map, obviously, you know. Didn't have the best showings on Mirage, so to have a comeback here, sorry, on Train, excuse me, to have the comeback here on Mirage is the way they want to let this whole thing go. So 3-0 start, AVANGAR up for a rifle round this time. And this is probably make or break, I think, for Imperial to win this round or to lose it in the early part of this one. A T side to go well. Again, all of these things are positives for the Imperial squad, because they really do need a map steal away from here.
They do, and that is the unfortunate part for them. Hellcase Cup, by the way, this is the thing. There's no second chance. The Hellcase Cup has a single elimination format, and if you're out, you're out. There's like no, okay, you might just do it again. Okay, we'll see you in the playoffs, maybe again. That is not happening with the Hellcase Cup, where, by the way, we're having already a few success for teams like Imperial, Red Reserve, etc., who got themselves success throughout the time they have played here in the playoffs. And with that being said, Buster and Co, they finished in the group phase on first place. This got them the advantage with the seeding. An advantage with the seeding so far. Got themselves Imperial as an opponent, which, if you ask me, Red Reserve and Kingwin, which we got as well, they're not easier in any factor.
Imperial taking that mid-control early peek up coming from Esperanto. Picking things up, looking for his second. Cillian will crossfire alongside him and take down Chris, and Demasic will strike back, but unfortunately only 1 frag is all he will be able to find, as Imperial showing a lot of prowess here on this T side. Starting down the A defensive, it seems like the most exploitable position right now for AVANGAR. Imperial, out of the 4 rounds they've played, have hit the A site 3 times, and they've made it work every single time, it seems. The AWP and the M4 Just left to try and stay alive for a couple of seconds longer. Cillian, I think he did spot, not quite. Takes a bit of damage from the AWP. Yeah, Buster should fall, and there is no chance for AVANGAR. This is a 4-0 start for Imperial, which again is another fantastic positive for them, you know? They need to keep these positives going, the good vibes, as it will.
The good vibes?
T-sign.
This
Good vibes on the T-sign.
I think it sounds for me a little bit more like some kind of chill music with a beach in front of me. You have 30 degrees out there, logically not Fahrenheit, Celsius, and that's a chill vibes, you know, and those chill positive vibes, as they've put that cassette right now in their player. Imperial got the 4-0 set. That positive vibes music and vibe is still working for them. I mean, the thing is though, remember, AVANGAR on training, if I'm not totally wrong, they were down 4-6 against Imperial, and then they switched up their playstyle and got themselves the right control over their opponent. So mid-game, they're still able to maintain and hold themselves onto the control. Again, the question, can they repeat it? Because a 4-0 start for Imperial is something different, because AVANGAR last time, they've started off with winning the pistol round on the consecutive too.
Well, this time around, Imperial actually try to hit the B-bomb site again. But much like last time they hit the B-bomb site, they are going to be up against a very little amount from the CT side. So though, the AWP is here. The game will shut it down. The Deagle from Buster can't quite get anything else, but Kicker will take a Cillian to a 4 versus 3. So AVANGAR are actually in a very good spot to potentially make this retake work. They've got a defuse pit on Chris. Just got to try to put these CZs to work. And Tensky with a blind spray through the smoke will take one of their key players out. And now down to a 3 versus 3 situation. Just Jane back into the market. Prison peeking up short. And yeah, that should be round over at this point. Maybe Demon Stick could be going to get the 5-7 shot to shut down one more. Now got to turn this AK to good use.
No
Toronto just going to deny it, so it's all up to James. Yeah, no chance, as you say. This is going to be a 5th round on the board for Imperial. And James just left to lick his runes and run for the hills.
Yeah, as he's running right now to that chopper. Has no chance to get anything more out of it. 5-0 is a strong lead, as Imperial just needs 3 more from then on to secure themselves a half and make it all look so brilliant on Mirage, a map where AVANGAR has even better stats than Imperial, which already have splendid stats on this map. The performance from the Kazakhstan Russians are not looking that brilliant yet. Back to a bye. Double op setup we're having with Jamie keeping his wallet stacked and filled at that point in time, the rest of the team down to 0. So they gotta make it work finally, otherwise Imperial will run away with this like Usain Bolt on the 100 meters. Stronger, faster, and extremely excellent.
Oh, and that is a shot of excellence right there from Nuki, as you say. Shut down of James. And there it is. 5v4 immediately to the favour of Imperial. And they'll set themselves up once again for the B-bomb side. Well, initially for the B-bomb side, they have actually split a couple of players out towards mid-control as well, and going into the underpass position is Esperanto. Kiko's trying to get this trade right back. The awkward spray does catch the headshot eventually, so unfortunately Nuki's efforts are going to be negated by the CTs in a 4 versus 4 situation. Bomb still yet to commit, so Imperial have time and a bit of a map control to work with. AVANGAR just holding their standardized positions across the board here. No one into towards sniper. Demon Stick could drop through here, but he's also wanting to hold down short control, as is Buster. That actually leaves the A side there through the B side kind of undefended, and as Buster goes falling into 22 HP. This is suddenly getting a little bit more awkward for AVANGAR. The Demon got to get this frag, and he will be able to do so against the Cillian, but Imperial have committed to the B bomb site. Bombs on his way. 2 players pushed up, and only Buster there to defend. It's AWP. Stellar right here. He will get the USP shot. Now he's looking for a bit more. Actually lands it. Oh, can't get the nose scope. It's Nuki also with the nose scope of his own.
It would have been
trying to get the flick of the next man. This is an ace clutch for him. But surely he can't get out of this corner here, Zesht.
30 seconds. This is the guy you want to have in such a clutch, as a Lithuanian now is running out of time, can't connect to another. The aggression comes in. He gets himself Prison. 2 more to go. He goes aggressively into this. Try to hit on quicker. He gets it shot with the Glock. And this could be all now down to Nuki, as this could be the denial off the first round of AVANGAR. To the left, the opponent is, and he finds it! What is that from Nuki? He's some kind of Lithuanian magician who secures Imperial the 6th and makes him look stronger than expected.
He was asleep during train, but he is alive and well here on Mirage. Nuki with the ace. What an insane clutch after such a valiant defensive from Buster as well on 22 HP. It looked like AVANGAR had everything, but it is not to be today. 6-0 for the Imperial. And man,
Wake me
what
up,
a play
Jamie.
from
Wake
Nuki.
me up with that. because that was just insane. I mean, we talked about it. We pretty much told the entire stream, the entire time, you know, it's actually just casual, you know, when you have Nuki there with the op. And what does he do? You just said it. You jinxed it. And there you go. Clutch situation.
Fortunately for this round, he won't be quite on the front foot, getting grenaded out initially. But AVANGAR are in a much worse spot than before. The UMP out for Crizzen, the two masters. Kick out, just kick things off against Esperanto, but Asilian trades in right back out, and Crizzen also spotted by Tensky. And yeah, Imperial have control of the B-bomb site once again, a very poorly defended B-bomb site.
That was just insane.
I still reeling from the last round.
Yeah, so
you
gotta
need
recover
a
from
round
that.
just to calm down, Zed.
Yeah, it's pretty much a recovery round, but recovery doesn't start off. Asilion gets Jamie, another one coming in. Imperial, they got that steering wheel in their hands, and they're not giving it away. This car is not oversteering all-wheel drive control, because every single part does its job perfectly. Dima's sick with a fully empty wallet running away. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, as you say, that is pretty much it. The 7th round will be on the board for Imperial. And what a turnaround of the series as well here, right? This is
insane, yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. 7-0. You would have expected maybe AVANGAR would have been 7-0 up at this stage in the matchup right now. And Imperial are just running wild all over this T-side. A T-side of Mirage as well. Like, not what I was expecting at all after such a... It's just a poor performance on train. This has suddenly come straight out of the gate from Imperial. And AVANGAR, I imagine, in this next rifle round, will probably end up taking a pause of some sort to try and take the tactical issue, because Imperial are about to take the flawless half right here. 8-0 as they push in towards the midline. Just flush all the CTs out once again. And what more do you do if you're AVANGAR except hope that the CZs pull off another miracle right here, right now?
The thing is, you would have expected something like this if Train wouldn't go something around 16-5. Like a 16-14, 16-12, okay. Then it would be kind of realistic. But Imperial started off so weak on Train. Not abysmal, that would be a little bit too harsh to say, but far away from consistent. And now AVANGAR, they're falling apart. Like it would have been something they're playing against the top team here on this map. And as earlier on the SK analyst Swanee said, they're so good on this, and they're so able to take down AVANGAR, they might just go further with it in this best-of-3 series. As Nexa takes on Crizzen as well. Buster sees a bit of the shoulder of Nuki, can't connect onto that, but wants to find those frags with the $700 pistol. 50 more seconds. That bomb is going down. It doesn't seem to work out for AVANGAR to get that retake run in.
Bomb down. Okay, maybe for Dima Sick to do some damage. Oh, actually takes down Nuki there right there. So 2 versus 2. This is suddenly a little more doable for them here. And he wants to come up with a clutch, never mind. The 2K is as far as he'll go, and kick out will do the rest of the damage. So just about holding on to the half here for AVANGAR. They will score their first on their CT sideboard. Imperial will be denied their 8-0 start. But 7-0 is still a hell of a start, though, to be fair. So, you know.
It's kind of weird though, right? You're winning an ace clutch, but not against the ZZ and an AK. That's sometimes how it happens. Either way though, Imperial, they showed us what they're made of right now in the first 7 rounds, and I'm quite sure they can connect to it to reach those double digits with ease. They shouldn't have any problems with that. AVANGAR gotta pull themselves together though, because something along the lines of a 5-10 would probably satisfy you enough to get yourself back into the game and make any kind of comeback happening. And the teamwork and the leadership and the companionship, especially in AVANGAR, are a different one than from Imperial, as we have it right now. Kickert starting off the first, might get himself a second as he does, and he wants to go for Esperanto, but through the smoke, the Lithuanian hits him. And that A site, very favorable right now for Imperial, and might be and should be the destination to get that bomb down, but Jamie is not done yet.
Oh, he's done now though, and Nexa turns on for a second. Clinical headshots from the man, and the bomb will go down. Buster and Dima, 2 very different positions of the map right now. And I don't know how viable this retake is going to be here. They've definitely got their odds stacked against them, and the flank even coming in from Esperanto doesn't spell great things for Buster. Buster will peek up regardless. Nexa's in the perfect position to show him down. The CT on top of him, but Nexa and Tensky have both of them marked off, and there it is. Reset against the AVANGAR side. 8-1 on the scoreline. Imperial will be able to take their half eventually, and probably take a few more rounds as well on this T side. This is not looking good for the Kazakhstanians here.
The worst about it is, as we had that one round now, once more successful for Imperial, you can pretty much throw your wallets into the dumpster. And as we're having it right now, they're investing everything into this. Quite surprised that they were achieving free M-Force, as... well, my maths were never the best. I probably miscalculated everything at that point in time. But if we consider Imperial now taking home this round number 10, it will all look so bad for AVANGAR in the following. Esperanto starts off hot as a Lithuanian gets down Krizen, the crucial player in the round before, but he's taking a little bit too much ground, and out of the game he is right now from Demasig, with Buster taking control on top mid. That bomb down has to get himself on the site. Demasig's angle is quite good. He gets one onto Tensky, but refract from Nuki. 2 versus 3. And no kit I see on AVANGAR.
Nuki's in a clutch position, unable to get the job done, unfortunately, though. And yeah, you said no kill on AVANGAR. There was a chance that if Nuki could stall for enough time, didn't even have to get the 3k, 4k clutch, but yeah, not quite the same sort of position you wanted to be at right here. It's the second round on the board for AVANGAR. Starting to build up something at the very least for the CT side. Starting to look a little bit better, but I do have some concerns about the future of this match. Obviously, AVANGAR not going to win this CT half. They really got to rely on their T-side half, and their overall aggressive stance is being good. And it was good on Train, but Train is a very different map to the likes of Mirage, and we know how heavily CT-sided Mirage can be. For AVANGAR themselves, it's not necessarily the worst situation in the world, because they've got a pretty decent balance when it comes to their CT versus T victory rounds. So I'm curious to see whether they'll be able to mount the comeback in the second half, because I feel like the first half, the best they can do is get 7 rounds. From there, they really do have to work off that T-side just to get things going.
The thing is, as you say it right now, AVANGAR, regarding their win percentage, 50-50 it pretty much is, and from then on they might just get themselves success during this coming T-site. But as Imperial is gaining round after round, it just makes their life easier in the upcoming CT side. Fricker gets a solely on refrag, Esperanto instantly coming in, but from middle, players from Imperial are falling bit by bit and are losing control and giving it all away. Buster knows where Tensky is, rips his head off clean. And so it's got to be a 16-year-old saving AVANGAR. We had already one Lithuanian clutching, but not today. Jamie's definitely not interested in it. 3-8 for AVANGAR. Getting yourself onto 6 would already deny the double digits for Imperial. And I guess they will buy this round, because Nuki's the only one who barely has anything on the board. No, they go for just the pistols. Okay, that's the right move at least. I thought they might just consider to go for the AKs. There's only one guy who could not afford it, but... oh, no. I'm getting denied instantly. I don't know why they're doing this to me, but okay. Esperanto the only one with the AK, so he got to set those entries. And he might just do so if he doesn't peek out too wide.
Once again with that CIS base by upgraded pistols with AK, Esperanto needs to do his damage, and he's going to start with himself kind of on the right foot. Buster done a 22 HP, but it's not a kill here for the Imperial side. Focus fire back here towards the B-bomb site, connects himself 2 sprays, almost a third man. Extra will get the trade and Esperanto will fall, so the rifle is out of play. Therefore, even if the bomb does go down, this should be an easy retake for the AK. The M4's the AWP that is on the CT side. Next, will take James out of the action.
No chance.
No chance. There's 3 CTs crossfiring down. The triangle of death, if you will, on the B-bomb site. 4-8. Now I'm starting to stack up some decent rounds here.
The thing is, what I found so interesting about this is, if you just saw it right now, Esperanto was the only one with the AK, and he got 3 players like magnets just pulled to himself. If Imperial would have been maybe a little bit smarter and faster towards the B side, they could have easily gotten them control. That double kill was a bit too much and logically made it all crumble. But I'm not quite sure if that was intended in an Imperial strat to gain attention in such a forced by eco round from the opponents towards middle or not. But it nearly worked. AVANGAR though onto the 4th, and might be right now the case where the car that already spun around has now been taken under control of them again. They got the steering wheel back in their hands, for the moment at least. And it could be the denial of those double digits. Maybe even a 7-8 half, which will be quite sad for Imperial, you have to say.
Yeah, it would be sad, especially after the start that they've had in this match, you know. Unfortunately, 8-7 is actually looking rather likely here for the AVANGAR side, as once again they pick off one more player. Imperial on the back foot already. A minute still left to go on the clock to try and make this round like they will go for bit of presence towards the A bomb site, trying to sell off a fate. They're only going to see one smoke, so no other utility means that AVANGAR aren't going to overly aggressively rotate. They actually will rotate, put a little bit more presence back towards the B bomb site, but as we say that, Imperial rotating the bomb also out towards the ramp position. Nexus is already here, ready for the push to come through. 3 CTs to be dealing with here. Imperial looking like they're going to commit to this A bomb site hit. They've still got Esperanto on the luck. Maybe even a split if he can get down towards underpass to get interconnected, and that's a possibility. But 30 seconds left. Imperial do need to make their move relatively quickly. Now going to make their way out. Completely blind kick up. Peaks takes the head of Nuki, a 5-on-3. Asilian will take kick up, and next thing is falling in place. Esperanto trying to do his damage towards the mid. 3 versus 2, but both players for the T side are tagged up heavy, and the bomb is out in the open. There is no chance for the T side. Neither looking for his 3K, and he'll find it in hole. That's another round on the board for the Kazakhstanian team.
Yeah, you hate to see it there. You hate to see how Imperial is now giving it away after a really strong start. Their aggression was just perfectly timed and executed. While it seemed AVANGAR is a little bit off the place, not 100% there on the scene, how you would expect it from them usually and most of the time. But that's how it is sometimes. And with that 5-8, Imperial got themselves, well, not the best situation to come back. Not come back, that's not even the wrong term. To come back to their actual states they used to be in. Quicker goes top mid, might find Nexa, and from then on, man advantage should be onto AVANGAR.
Yeah, easy as you say it would be. Not really much for Imperial in this round. The main players that need to do some damage are Esperanto and Asilian, and Nuki's going to try and take the point instead, and he'll get shut down easily. Does take kick up to 2 HP. That's something at least, but at best we're looking at a 2-for-1 trade to the favour of Imperial. Bomb still yet to make his way on the bomb site. Asilian trying to tap his way, find some sort of presence here, but at this point, with all the CTs focusing fire on the A bomb site, it might be better to rotate the forces in mid. I say that, and then Crizin just shuts them all down. So now there is no real options for Asilian left in the round, and he'll fall all the same as the rest of Imperial, just get picked apart on the eco.
You got denied.
Yep. Yes, I did. I did get denied. But yeah, no.
It's
For realsies, this is hopefully not a denial for the Imperial side. They've got the fire. One more AWP.
Wait. Did you say for realsies?
Yep. I said for realsies.
Is it a UK thing?
Yep.
I never heard that before.
I guess it's an American thing more than anything else. That's just us in the UK like to copy everything the Americans do because we really are that much of an awful country.
Back to it. But as we're having a for realsies round number 15, I love it already. I'm going to copy that the entire time right now. We're going to see Imperial.
So the UK copies the Americans and the Germans copy the UK. I see how it works, is it?
Well, the Germans copied who? Let's do it in the halftime. We got to talk about that in a second. First of all, round number 15, where it's going to be Nuki back on the op, the clutch player who has magic hands when it comes down to that AWP. Right now might be taken out of the game early on as Jamie's taking control bit by bit off that section. Nobody hits their shot, both whiff. And so it's going to be Imperial having a bit of information that there's an op on the site. Jamie denies though. There's the man disadvantage now for Imperial. They got 50 more seconds to make it work and get at least at number 9 on the board.
Still some time. Gonna try and get... Oh, whoa! Esperanto boosted in towards Sniper Nest, and it could have worked out so well. We just didn't account for the corner where Kickout was, and Kickout will take him down for it. Next, another close shave against Buster. Let's see if we can get this frag at the very least. Buster's back his turn, but no. Turns right around. He gets a dink on Asilian as well. And Imperial had the best of starts here in this T side, but at the end,
denied.
You can only get so far. 8-7 is the ending half scoreline to the favour of Imperial. At the very least, they made us the best of the T side as they could. And honestly, I was expecting this one to be a write-off before it even started. So well played to Imperial for stepping up, especially the likes of Nuki, who has been doing much better in this map than he did in the first one.
That is the thing. It was then the AVANGAR with a comeback by the book from by far. Just lovely to see how they got themselves not out of the pace. They were 100% focused back in it and had also that very important attitude, that professional attitude to know it might be 7-0, it might be 0-7 in favor of the opponent. It doesn't even matter. We're right now here. And, well, the Hellcase Cup, as we're at it, do you know where can I buy the best cases and where do I actually can even support teams with crowdfunding? Jamie, where can I do that?
Only at hellcase.com, my friend.
Really? Is that really a good place to get myself some cases, some custom cases?
Indeed, you can get yourself some custom cases. Fantastic cases themed around all the teams taking part in the Hellcase Cup.
I love it.
And some fantastic shots from those teams as well, as Nexa and Tensky will actually open up the round so far. Tensky's got a bit more to do it towards middle. He's looking for one more headshot on kicker, supported by his teammates. And yeah, this team proving why you should buy their case at the Hellcase website. All the funds, or most of the funds, go to support the dynamic price pool, as you can see at the top of the screens as well. So, all better. Everyone wins, and Imperial will win with a pistol round to their favor.
I guess I understood marketing, right? I know how it works.
Yep.
I'm an influencer now. Influencing the people on stream to go on the website that makes it all possible. But for real, on the top you see $41,813 right now in the price pool, and this is rising. So basically you're the ones who are getting cool skins, and also the option to find yourself, well, as a participant in this tournament. Basically you're basically a funder of that prize pool, which makes you a very special human being, and logically a thank you to the people doing so. And I guess Buster, he's not saying thank you to that grenade falling deep into his arms. There he gets himself down to 50, and AVANGAR has lost that pistol. Not the best of a start. The initial situation not looking good in the second half for the Kazakhstan Russian team. We see though Esperanto and his guys fully equipped, fully armored, the right kind of utility and armory, as well as weaponry you want to have. There, Jamie's head has to say bye-bye. Another one to find in middle very soon. First of all, 1 minute 10, and it could be an explosive play, but Tensky wants to hold that off.
Do so as well. Chris is not expecting it, and Kicker is, but he takes a lot of damage for it. Unfortunately, AVANGAR's force fly will not be going very far today. 2 versus 4 as Demasec falls. Kicker and Buster, 2 very different positions on the map. They have at least got a smoke, so they might be able to smoke off one side as they make their way in. Nope. Buster's just going to peek out in the open. And Esperanto and Nuki will shut the last 2 down, so a 10-7 start for this second half. We're also looking at the eco from AVANGAR, of course. No bomb plants in the last couple of rounds, and 2 very easy rounds for the Imperial side. I mean, that once again, they will start off this half on fantastic form and the best way they possibly could to try and force us over to map 3, which is Overpass, which is another map that actually could get very, very interesting if we actually do get to it in the series.
Right, and from that point on, it's very important for AVANGAR to not deviate from success on this map, which they are usually very successful on, as they've got themselves a comeback by the book. It's very soon terrorist site by the book. They definitely need middle is though where they're all coming from, and it's very impressive how fast Imperial is towards that middle section, as Demasec is the only one taking Nuki down to 11, but it's not enough in the end. His RWS would be perfect, but that's not what it's about. 11-7, AVANGAR got themselves back onto the A case. As now Jamie, the IGL from AVANGAR, picks himself up that AWP. Those shots got to be point blank on at that point in time. If you want to crack out those bomb sites and get yourself your economy booming, and also your entire scoreline booming, because you want to blossom and get out of this with a 2-0 to show dominance and show actually what you're made of.
AVANGAR, I think the most confident of buy is limited on utility sets. Unfortunately, the AKs are doing their damage. Demasec getting himself 2, and James trailing out Esperanto to a 3 versus 2, so a very nice start from this T side, thinning out the CT line just off the mid control essentially. And yes, they do lose 2 players. That's nothing compared to what they have gained. Now, very easy access to either side, and if Vasilian goes forward, and this is going to be round over for Imperial. I think AVANGAR should be able to lock it out. And let's see how the MP9 does do. Higher rate of fire means the damage can be very nicely output from the likes of Vasilian. And indeed, he will take down Kicker, turn things back to a 2 versus 2. And Nuki's even on a backstab, actually. This AWP could do wonders for the CT side. It's all just got to come down to how long Vasilian can hold out for and how quick Nuki can actually rotate this AWP into position. And they've got a minute left to work with, so AVANGAR also feeling pressure to push into the A bomb site. Staying with an AK, what can he do from Sandwich?
And the issue right now is that they are pretty much forced on going onto the A side. They can't do any fake and late round rotation, because Nuki, who now comes from behind and comes closer and closer, might be the lethal part in this game. Asilion has not been spotted out. He's a few body shots away from dying. Jamie and Kristen should be able to take down the Dane in that situation, who's still not peeking. He has 100% patience, and he's whiffing that shot, but there is Kristen to assist his teammate, but they don't, and 100% don't expect Nuki to come from where he stands right now. First one to find, another one to get. And Jamie is not interested in taking one of those direct duels. He could find him and does. 8-11, and AVANGAR are back on track once they got themselves those guns. Nuki, the only one not having any dollars on the board, gets himself that AWP, but Imperial, in case they're not taking home that round number 20, their economy will start to scream and look quite horrendous at that point in time.
Let's just say the least, you know, like, not only does it look horrible from the outset, that's also a very, very nice open pathway for Imperial to get to map point and force to map 3. That's really what they're fighting for. They want to get to overpass because this is their only chance. Right now, AVANGAR taking back the fight. Once again, a very strong start from Imperial at the start of the half.
Deja vu.
Yeah, deja vu. AVANGAR starting to mount a few more rounds early on in this T-side. Much earlier on than Imperial were able to escape with it. Obviously, they got 8 rounds before AVANGAR were able to get there first. Imperial aren't going quietly into that good night. Look at the aggression coming through Esperanto. Trying to find anyone towards this mid position. They have taken the early engagement, and Kicker's got that first frag. But just as quickly as they've gone towards mid, they've rotated back towards A side, and there are 2 players to be dealing with. One also from the AVANGAR T side, making his way into underpass, and Tensky in a very good spot to try and shut them down. Spots Demasik, but Demasik takes him out instead. It's all up and Nexa here on the site, taking out Prison, spotting Demas, shutting him down. Looks for Kicker. The triple kill comes through from Nexa. James trying to lock it down with the AWP, does get the shot against him, leaving Esperanto alone in a 1 versus 2, but this is still entirely possible. Look at AVANGAR. They're not going to plant the bomb immediately. They're going to take their time. Esperanto, if he's quick enough, if his timing is good, he could shut down Jane right here. Doesn't know that bomb plan, but he takes him down. Looks at Buster for his double kill. Can't quite connect it. And Buster will connect his frag for the team ace from AVANGAR, and bringing themselves now within 2 of the Imperial CT lead.
That is just perfectly done by AVANGAR. I mean, they've lost a lot of players during the process. That's the unfortunate part. They've lost their opera Imperial early in the game. But I think that the Kazakhstan team seems to be on the right track to get the tie very, very soon. And that tie will definitely not help Imperial moral rise as well as gameplay-wise. First of all, those standard-issued pistols probably not doing the difference. So still, AVANGAR very structured play, not rushing anything, not aggressive towards any position. Krisen, he wants to keep the attention of the B players who might just stand there, which actually do, 4 of them. Keeps that attention with that smoke. No stabs being heard. A boost coming in from Nexa. As he stands in a very nice corner to actually deny the plant in case there will be something more happen. This will logically get you in a really panic situation. That panic is not really what you need. Demasik doesn't dare. If he knows that A side is clear, that could change the outcome.
And it could.
There needs to be the call now.
Essentially. Oh, and AVANGAR have made the right call at the perfect time. Yeah, you couldn't have timed that better. I think they got a little bit of information of the basis of Demasik just rotating towards the A bomb site. So, bomb will go down. Demasik actually going to cover off the rotation and try farm up money with this UMP. So 45 seconds, AVANGAR will get a very clean plant on the A bomb site. Very well played to wait for this, the extra couple of seconds for Demasik to gather that information rather than running straight into the 5-man stack, which actually, with Imperial putting out that damage, if they kept all 5 players, if they got those first few trades, then AVANGAR would have fallen to pieces off the base of it. So, you know, great patience from them. And this will be a 10th round on the board for this T-set. It may even be clean entirely. Imperial aren't even going to rotate and go for this retake.
The best about it is that AVANGAR is so smart and so structured that they send their submachine guns, which will earn them the most and will be the least worst loss, that they're going first. They have the most aggressive positions right here. If we take a look at Krisen, he's playing the UMP. He's playing in the most aggressive angle together with Demasik, who might just find players rotating out. So this is a very smart approach here by AVANGAR. It is very standard, right? It's something that maybe doesn't catch the eye, but it's the small details at that certain level of Counter-Strike that do the difference. And, well, that is a tiny difference.
I just make a point that every single player is going to stay alive in this round. That's something you do not see
Very
every
awkward.
day.
Very, very awkward.
Admittedly, that was partly because of some AVANGAR mess-ups, you know, like the quick jump. I think it was from Kicker in the mid-position trying to get out towards short, couldn't go hunting.
Yeah.
And vice versa for, I think it was Krisen also towards the apartments, trying to get those early frags. But all 5 players, all 10 players staying alive. Doesn't mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, but just an interesting fact to throw out there. But Imperial have a buy up, the 5 M4s coming through from the CT side, and they really do need a round desperately unless they want to let AVANGAR steamroll this economy one more time. Out towards the mid control, more aggressive from the T side, but the CTs only have 1 man here, Nuki, not on the AWP, playing very passive and just waiting for AVANGAR to come to him, hopefully getting a frag on a boosting player. But outside of that, very little from Imperial in the mid position.
And from 7-0, it could be an 11-11 that will happen. A tough pill to swallow in case Imperial is giving control away to their opponents. As now Buster goes fully aggressive, finds himself with a successful frag onto Tensky. That man disadvantage is not assisting you, especially when you gotta defend. No utility, we're seeing Nuki getting taken out. A kit is not existent on Imperial as well. And that just makes the task of defending more and more difficult. 3 versus 5, Buster and co. They maintain the control we have seen there from Train. They maintain it and just extend that. As right now, Imperial in the upcoming round will have an economic problem as the drought has set in their wallets.
Going down, next up, Molotov away from Firebox, and frag for frag by AVANGAR untraded. Electric combat. Prison.
You don't want to.
Oh man, he will make up for it by taking down Esperanto, but yeah, that's one you want to cut out the highlight reels.
You gotta love it.
Cillian. Now just the last man remaining for the CT side. This will be an 11th round on the board for AVANGAR regardless, but just what happened there, Chris, and what the hell happened there?
I'm going to ask Quickard about that later. probably.
Yeah, let me know what he says, because
Yeah.
I am very curious.
Me too. But oh no, Asilion not getting that M4 in the next round. As an unfortunate as it can get, they have no anchor with that M4. Here's the pause being called. And just to make sure, what we have for you later is going to be the lovely, lovely game between Kinguin, who are fighting against the site of Red Reserve. And I personally feel like that is going to be one hell of an interesting game, because especially we have Taz. And I think Taz is going to be one guy to look out for when he's on a different team than Virtus Pro. But later on tonight, we're going to see it around 21 Central European time. And I think Jamie's especially hyped for that, if I'm not totally wrong.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that match. I'll be real here about this one. I'm really excited to see what Taz can do with this new Polish lineup. Obviously, Kinguin going through some roster swaps, and they lost a couple of players. So they dropped a couple of players in favor of picking up Taz and Co. So I think it's a very, very nice roster, actually. You know, Miles and Rowland have been around for a while. They've been a pretty decent players. Their Maniz and Reitz I've rated pretty highly since they've been on Pride. And of course, Taz is one of the legendary Polish players as well. So having that sort of extra little bit to go with in favor of Kinguin. Obviously, they haven't had the best of starts. But I personally am very, very excited to see how that match will go. Obviously, that's coming up after this one is done. And actually, this one could be done very easily now. We were talking about how we were expecting AVANGAR to steamroll over Imperial. Imperial have led up a fight, but now their lead is starting to slip away from them. They're 11-11, and they're only down for a quasi-bye here, the CT side. This looks like it's going to be a 12-11 scoreline as a result to the favor of AVANGAR, so let's see how it rolls, I guess. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out a world in which that, you know, Imperial can try and claw their way out of this one, hold on to their lead. But I think the best thing right now is just to wait for that max loss bonus buy, get the rifles out, and try and shut down AVANGAR as a result. But right now, there's a lot favouring that T side, and I fear Imperial may choke at this point, and they may actually concede this map and this series as a result.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like Imperial got themselves in a situation where they're sitting in a car, got a very long first gear that goes high RPM, but in the end, you're not shifting up. And, well, I'm talking about upshifting. Esperanto shifts things up with that, finding quicker, but oh, the dink! That's nice to hear from Nuki as he's getting Krisen in the end. 3 versus 4, and in just 30 seconds, 3 players are down to the coffins. As right now, Imperial, with 2 players in armors and quite decent pistols, might be taking control of a team that is fully armored. Talking about, though, Nemesis gets Dookie, and now Nexa and his teammate are aware if he's peeking in the right time, he might just take him down, and he does. Demasik is right now doing an insane job finding 3 out of 5 players so far.
Hasn't come without cost. AVANGAR losing a couple of unnecessary picks, and then maybe there's a little bit more if they keep pushing in towards this A bomb site. They have only got Demasik here, and if he falls, I imagine that they will just rotate these last 2 players back towards B. But Buster is already on the B site itself, and he's just clearing out bench, making sure there's no one else here. Demasik's going to get himself the 4K. And from here, it's all down to Tensky with an AK picked up from the connected position, seeing what he can do. Maybe go for a retake. Might want to throw himself at this one. May also be a decent, viable plan just to hold on to that AK, get a little bit extra firepower, and relieve a little bit of investment for that rifle round. But now he's going to go out towards underpass. Oh, and look at the position. I thought Jane was going to go down the stairs. I thought Jane was going to go down the stairs, and I thought that Tensky would have been able to take him down as a result. With such a low timer as well, that would have been a round stolen away by the lone CT player. Demasic spotted him, however, on a counter backstab of his own, and that will be the ace. As you say, for Demasic, 12-11 to the favour of AVANGAR.
Yeah, that's getting your stats up high, and he is down to 23-15 right now. Imperial, though. I think this is the moment where it matters. At that point in time, there should be something in your head saying, pretty much now or never. Because AVANGAR will get themselves the 13th in case of a victory. It's a massive losing bonus on Imperial, in case they throw away number 24. And in the end, Nuki now must be hot to find those frags. First of all, Tensky wants to hold the mid control, peeks out wide, can connect a lot of shots on down onto Jamie. 6 HP the Opera has left. Not the perfect conditions to find any players, but first of all, let's turn the rest. Keep themselves defensive towards middle. No control established, and Esperanto abuses that in his favor. No one comes for underpass, so he won't be caught off guard.
Not the way you want to start out if you're the Opera, however. That's a major disadvantage for AVANGAR now. Really saying I'm going to go for mid control there. I'm just going to put this Molotov down here. Esperanto is going to get forced away from that connected position. And hold down the A bomb site with teammates instead. There's actually 4 players that can directly support the A site hold. Or Imperial at least, but outside of that early engagement that tagged JM down to 6 HP, this is all that we've seen so far this round. The mid control will be regained by AVANGAR instead. Crism will move into connector alongside Buster. There's 40 seconds remaining on the clock. They got to breach and clear relatively quickly, and Tensky actually may be in a spot to try and shut them down. He isn't right there. The timing is great for Kicker though. Spot Sims sprays in. Esperanto picks Buster out of the action, but Crism chimes right back to the trade as Tensky falls as a 4 versus 3, and Nex has been forced out of Dark as well. James heard those footsteps, and I think Crism and Kicker know as well. Another Molotov to force him out. The AWP picks him up. Nuki does get a trade right back to a 2 versus 3, but now he's got to do a little bit more. He's going to run wild. Third kill for Nuki! Crism will be to his left-hand side. He will catch him off, pick up the bomb and get the bomb planters for 1 versus 1 clutch now. CT retake up for Asilian, 5 seconds left. Actually, Asilian's going to go peeking. Is he going to deny this? This is perfect for him, and indeed he does. That's Imperial equalizing to 12.
When you're a little bit too cautious and your time runs away, the panic starts to set in, and there it goes. Once more, the man of the hour is definitely Nuki. Stats-wise, he's not even the hero. 19-15 looks quite casually well playing, but remember it right now, when he is stepping up, he might save his team. The 1 ace to secure number 7, if I'm not totally wrong. And, well, as we're having it right now, another one that puts Imperial back in the state of coming back. This not only helps your scoreline, it also helps your morale. You're back in this game, and you can still take down AVANGAR to go on map number 3. And as Asilion rains down some shots once more onto Jamie, might find more success with that later on in this round. But right now, rotate it back. Esperanto stands there towards bottom middle. But Crism doesn't expect him. Entry in favor of the CTs.
What a start from Imperial as well after such a good round from Nuki and Co. Crism down. Got the mid control at least for James as well with the AWP, so something to work with for AVANGAR. Immediately known from Imperial is actually challenging. This is the AWP on Nuki's out towards the B-bomb side, but Esperanto picks up Buster, so it just doesn't get much better for AVANGAR. 5 on 3, 5 on 2. Peek maybe one more time to make it a 5 versus 1, Esperanto. What do you want? You got the 3K already, and he's already locking out the angle on Kicker. Oh, it's perfect. It's a 4K.
He wants
ace.
more. He's
one
hungry.
Ace. Not quite, no, but James shouldn't survive out of this corner. This will be a 13th round as Imperial just about hold on to their lead at the CT side.
Yeah, and there he goes. Head ripped off by just the UMP. Well done by Esperanto. That frag towards A main action was really well coordinated with his teammates throwing that flashbang in, and right now the economy of AVANGAR is pretty much down to the brink. Crism will barely have anything left. Jamie gets himself that ZZ as he is the IGL. That's the reason why he's taking that 1 bullet for the team. 12-13. Imperial took a lot of time to finally speak up again and put up that resistance you gotta do. The question is, can they stick to it, or will it be once more AVANGAR getting themselves a perfect play as Asilion gets actually taken out as well. Esperanto, though, nearly got himself a second free kill, but nope, getting denied here by Quickert. And so that 4 versus 3 in favor of terrorists might start to focus themselves onto the A site.
Not good for Imperial as well. Their economy still hasn't bolstered itself, so a reset now would put AVANGAR on the opportunity to take match and map points. Really, Tansky takes out James, the low HP player, to a 3 versus 3, so we're even on the man advantage, and Flashbang and Smoke keep Nexa at bay. Is Nexa going to boost? Is Nexa going to take this? And can't quite deny the bomb, and Kiko gets out of dodge for it. But Nexa's still in a very nice position to try and gain overwatch of the A bomb site. The clock is ticking. So all 3 players on this retake have defused kits, so it's a very crucial round for Imperial to win out. Tensky flashing his way in, doesn't see anybody. Buster's back towards Dark. Gets some stuff, he gets the damage together, but Tensky wins it out. 6 HP staying alive. The 6 going to trade out Nexa, and Tensky's going to go forward. Buster's just waiting for Nuki. He knows he's close, and he sprays him down. That's 13 on the board for AVANGAR. Imperial, this money line is going to be looking absolutely crushed, and it is a dire sight for the CT side, man.
You hate to see it. You really, really hate to see it. And at that point in time, Imperial pretty much got to go for that anti-eco buy, as a force would be too much of things. And as we're seeing it right now, that will secure AVANGAR the 14th, and then they're just 2 rounds away from success. If that will be the case, we'll figure it out anyway, because we have seen a few surprises so far in this match. Rounds that should have never went the way they did, and in the end, we've seen how they looked. And with that being said, they're taking their time. Focus of Imperial is down towards middle, where Esperanto is standing with 3, and only Buster, who might just wait it out and find himself a little bit of success, as I think he waits for a flash coming towards him. He's not even looking. It's only Jamie looking, and he's there as a backup. But in the end, 1:20 left on the clock, and I think, Jay, that could still be that certain round AVANGAR needs to finally find that success in the best-of-3 series.
They've already found a very crucial round of their own accord to shut Imperial down now, as they are just basically looking to save, to get an early rifle round out to try and deny AVANGAR that 15-13. Be careful with the players when Esperanto peeking out, getting damage on Buster and backing him.
The flash was beautiful.
The P250 is great, yeah. Nuki takes down Buster, so AK for Tensky to work with you and try to turn it onto prison. Taps, lots of damage coming out for him. Cut will also be there towards short. They've just got to cross out of apartments to get themselves into sight. Sterling will eventually fall back to the advantage of the C side as Kicker and Demon Stick taking out the Intensky. That's the AK-47 down. Nuki still trying to get something with them with his P250. And the retake is now on. Esperanto now takes the helm with the AK. Look at it. Finds one. Looks for Chris, and that's lots of damage done. These pistols can still make this work here, Zesht.
And the thing is, right now, you can't make this stuff up. This is once more some magic Imperial might find, as now Nexa hits the first, a Serbian star player with the frag onto Chris, and the question is, can he connect on any further? Because there is no kit on any of them. They gotta be as quick as possible. Jamie might get taken out and denied, as the no-scope makes it work. There, Nexa, he wants to find a frag at least, but he might be running out of time and also running out of luck. 14-13. Imperial's economy allowing them to get themselves those M4, the armor, and a few bits of utility. But on the other side, is it enough, Jamie? Because I personally feel it might not be enough. Nexa himself said, just to say as a final words, this is the toughest opponent this week. And AVANGAR is proving this right now.
It's a tough slog from Imperial, but they have found a form that they may be able to win with. As well as that, getting those 3 kills in that last round sets themselves up for a reset back against AVANGAR. Unfortunately, the frags won't go to their favor early on as Jane runs wild with the AWP down mid. One bullet per kill. Esperanto, Nuki, and Tensky all falling. And now the rest of them will just fall. It's just a Cillian. That's the last man remaining, and Imperial had their opportunity. They had one chance to potentially shut the whole thing down. And now, there's just nothing left for the CT side.
Yeah, Jamie was like, screw this. I'm not interested in the games anymore.
I'm done. I want this victory now.
Really
Let's do it.
Okay, I know we had our fun time, but Imperial, who started off so goddamn strong. I mean, their 7-0 lead showed us the dominance they can establish on a terrorist site. And what AVANGAR showed us, though, on the other hand, is the will to fight and to not give up, to keep a professional mindset. there to show the opponent that you are the actual hero. Because, well, the winner is determined when 16 is there on the top, or overtime, of course. But as we're seeing it right now, 15-13, and Imperial's economy is looking horrendous. It's looking horrible, abysmal. The economic drought that has sat in with a scout on Nuki and the rest probably buying up as much as they can. The ZZ we're seeing at FAMAS even happening, the M4 on Tenexa. The last breath of the nearly dead body of Imperial, where they need to find themselves the 14th to stay alive in the series.
Once again, it's the last stand for Imperial. Once again, they are in this situation where they must come back, and already Nuki starts it off on the wrong foot. Crimson Peak sprays him down. That's mid-control, gone in a 5-on-4 already. It's just not looking good. Pensky down to 10 HP for nade damage alone. Eventually the PT-50 takes him out, and AVANGAR just looking as strong now as they did at the start of the series. Just 3 players remain. Asilian picking up that scout. He's got to do some headshot damage. The Molotov will force him out, and he will get not quite taken out of the action. Maybe support the edge site still as Nexa picks up Demasik, at least buying a chance for Imperial. It's a chance they need to work with. Ridiculous these. Rotations come back from AVANGAR. Asilian's got the AWP. The scout to try and shut this down. James got the AWP to counter him. And yeah, I think this is round done here, Zesh. This should be a 2-0 victory in the series for the likes of AVANGAR.
It feels so unfortunate right now, because Imperial, besides that the team has really a factor of liking them, as they are like the bench warmers, how the court has used to be called. Well, not calling them out there. Esperanto finding one, and the FAMAS that can be a lethal close range true right now might be used perfectly. Nexa finds nothing in that round. Crimson is the one who's down to 30 points of health, and patience is what he needs. As the clock is working for him, not against him. He needs to find Esperanto. The spray needs to be there, and this is great!
No way!
It does it! This can't be the case, and we got ourselves... What? No, hold on. Oh.
Oh my god, he almost took Crimson through a wall banger.
It's a hard
my god,
life.
Imperial.
Heart attack is pretty much what I'm getting from this game, because those moments we're having right here are just insane. I don't even know what to say anymore. 16-14. I mean, I already turned on the studio lights, and expecting that this should go in favor of AVANGAR, but as we have it, Jay, it's not looking that way.
Overtime's on the table here, Zesh. And Esperanto's gonna get the first frag. Okay. I think we're going to go a little bit further right here. One final push from the AVANGAR side.
No.
Silly is the first man in, sprayed down with the MP7. Demasik gets traded. Buster goes falling, and as does Kicker. Is Demasik alone. Overtime is up for this second map of the series, as even when we thought Imperial had finally lost their chance, it seems like they just do not want to die here, Zesh.
No, they don't want to. And the thing is, Demasik is 100% predictable. He will come there around short as you see it. He could throw himself a smoke to allow himself a little bit more of movement freedom, but I mean, if he clutches this, then we got a new Counter-Strike master, but it seems to be nearly impossible, and unless he should see the shoulder of one of the players, Tensky takes him down. It was 15-13, and an opponent barely having anything on the boards. But for some reason, Imperial, they pulled themselves together and got the magic round and the magic situation, that feeling, you know, that certain bit where, you know, now or never. And we said it, and it happens. Overtime number 1 is going to start up, and AVANGAR, if they keep their pace up and their morale, they should be able to finish this out in their favor. But still, 15-15 was not necessary from the the Kazakhstan-Russian team.
It's something out of a movie, to be honest. This whole situation.
You can't make it
Imperial
up.
Just, yeah, you can't make it up. Just backs against the wall, broken by, trying to clutch their way back to a victory, and just one man with balls of steel nailing them to the bomb and just diffusing it, just not getting off. And then they clutch the next round after that. You can't make it up.
A new Disney movie. It's kind of a Disney movie, yeah. It's kind of that magical kind of situation where you don't really know what's happening. It's looking like the underdog is not really getting themselves through. And then there's this moment where you see that heroic music coming up. It's like you're living it. And then Imperial, overtime it is. No AWP we're seeing, interestingly enough. Well, Jamie and Kobe able to get themselves that victory as it starts off so strong. How will it go further?
Esperanto does get a trade back. Kicker's trying to deal with him towards connector. That's right. No, that's not connector. That's ramp. Excuse me from my ability to read the map. But James tried to deal with him. Esperanto will catch him off guard. 3 versus 3. Kicker finally does get into a position to try and shut him down. The A site is open for business, and Asilian and Tensky are the last 2 left on the defensive here for the Imperial side. The bomb will make his way in, picked up by Chris, and Buster's already got a good position back towards the firebox, and they're just basically waiting for him to position himself as appropriately. A wide open space though, and Asilian, okay, he does get smoked on. I was going to say he could have actually shut this whole thing down, but he's still going to go pushing through. If he shuts this down still, it's a possibility. Flashbang keeping him at bay. Kicker trying to watch out for him. Spots him at the very corner of his eyes. And he will fall as the last man. The 16th round claimed by AVANGAR. First one of 18th to the favourite T side. And
the worst part about all of this is this not one of those 16k overtimes where you have enough freedom and enough time and everything's chill, right? No, you don't have that right here. If Imperial is looking not so successful in the second round of the overtime, they will barely have any dollars left in their wallets to secure themselves a decent CT buy. And talking about Esperanto right now on the top of the scoreboard, while next to Nuki performed decently. On the bottom we have Asilian, who's the IGL, so a decent excuse, and Tensky. Back to it though. AVANGAR, WPN to Jamie, and AK times 4. This seems to be the recipe to success, the formula you need to come out of this as the victor.
AVANGAR in the lead right now. If they take the next round away from Imperial, considering the investment that Imperial have pushed on through, that's going to be another match point for AVANGAR. Another overtime that needs to be secured by the CT side. Admittedly, they will be on the T side to try that again, and you know, we saw how good Imperial's T side was on that first half, so maybe this could be a role reversal once again. He needs to have to go on the clock. Esperanto does spot out Buster towards mid. The short player is about to cross successfully though. AVANGAR looking to set themselves up towards the B bomb site. It seems they got one more player towards underpass position. Kicker flashing his way through, but no one is going to get found. AVANGAR. Only 40 seconds remaining. They have to make their push into the B bomb site felt. They have got players towards short and the apartments. Only this one man towards connector. Kicker just trying to potentially pull a rotation if he can try and find the frag. Meanwhile, Sudan's going to peek out, spot Jamie, the AWP. Lighted out now, Nuki to Kicker, and the AWP's got this one on lock. Kicker does take Nuki, but Esperanto still got the op, and they peek straight into it. 3 frags, Christian sprays his way on through, try to turn things back to evens. They've still got to deal with Tensky on the side, and actually Christian will get the double spray now. 2 versus 2 now. The bomb does get planted. This is an Imperial retake.
And that Imperial retake should be quite alright for them. They got one player with the kid, and Esperanto seems to be pretty much on fire as he looks there through bench and nearly finds Krisen. He does step by step a move on to the side to the left. Nexa knows where the opponent is. It's only one man alive, and that is Nexa. Same goes for Demasig. His AK shot's gotta be on, and Nexa dinks him away and taps him out of the game. 16-16.
And again, just a clutch to hold Imperial in this match, to just deny AVANGAR to get as far as that match point. And next up,
nerves of steel, man.
It again, yeah.
Nerves of goddamn steel he has. And well, that's how you get yourself a 16-16, as you say it. And it could have ended way better for AVANGAR in that situation. That didn't make it through, and right now it's going to be very difficult to hold themselves a good control in the upcoming overtime if AVANGAR does not pick up this certain round.
Well set up from AVANGAR as well. We saw this on Train. This is a very curious setup from them. Don't see it out of many T sides. Oh, but they're just going to try and make it work. Asilian tagged up to 21 immediately at the hands of James. Unfortunately, couldn't quite finish the damage with that grenade.
A very, very high focus of Imperial towards the A side, as we see there. Tensky together with Esperanto are clearing the ground towards the A ramp. Demasig stays where he is for the moment. Helps for any of those Imperial players to do a mistake with the aggression. And as we see it, AVANGAR focusing on the wrong side, as you might say. Quicker just sets himself up for the smoke, but he probably doesn't know that Esperanto is so goddamn close and might take him out in a second.
50 seconds still have to go on the clock. These have control towards the A-bomb side, but look at the CT control of the A-bomb side. Look at Esperanto in particular. He could take down Buster.
No.
Buster takes him out instead. Perfect on the position. Nexa will get the trade back, but he loses a lot of HP with Cillian down as well. This is a very confident push to come out from the T side. They just have to deal with Nexa first. Falling back towards the bomb site, backed up by the AWP. And actually, this is pulled a rotation towards the A-bomb site. It's going to be all left to Cillian, also low on his health state. Has got to try and defend this one. He's in the corner. Just going to wait for the bomb plant to come to him and take them down as a result. Never mind. Jane with a P250 peeks out, shuts him down, opens up the the B-bomb site, excuse me. And putting us in a 3 versus 4 situation. I almost feel like next to his he's on such a low amount of HP, but he'll still do some damage before he gets taken down. Now it's a 2 versus 4. And Nuki and Tensky, probably less than likely that they'll be able to do this. Press from all sides, T's creeping up behind them. This is going to be an end of half in favour of AVANGAR.
They're bringing it down only position. Curzon finds Nuki 17-16. And Imperial, well, it's now that they're going on a site where they started off 7-0 at. The site where they showed how to flex their muscles, Counter-Strike-wise. And it could be just the case that though AVANGAR on the CT side, as they've showed us towards the end of the first half, how well structured and how good they can play those defensive setups where even maybe Imperial got a little bit shaky. The question is, can they run away with it 19-16 or not?
Entirely possible, you know. AVANGAR, I think the main issue for AVANGAR right now is that Imperial had a very, very good showing on their T side. And if they could replicate that here in the overtime, then all they really need is only 3 rounds to take us to map 3. And I think it's entirely possible that it will come through for Imperial, so all eyes on them, all eyes on this T side. The AWPs will come out as standard, the double orb this time from AVANGAR. Again, much more justifiable for the CT side at the very least. Let's see where Buster and Jane will be placed in particular. Looks like Buster may be going towards mid and Jane will be holding down the A-bomb site. Bust's actually going to go towards the B site instead, so it'll be a kicker to hold down the mid control with an M4, rotating towards the A site if necessary, out towards connector he will be. Actually, the teams will be playing right towards his hands of Kristen on the crossfire. This could be a very nice setup for the CT side indeed. Nuki is the first man to fall, first victim of the half to the favour of Kristen's frag.
As Quicker seems to hold the right angle, and here's the players coming closer and closer. He needs to find the first, not 100% aware of it. It seems to be kind of surprised, but Molotov, first of all, blocking the players from coming through. Next who's on top of him, and that was something he used to look for, but then couldn't find success. Jamie is the one who might take out the opponents, and Buster, as he misses that opportunity. The bomb is still towards T-spawn. Crisant, he sends her towards the middle. Gets himself up to come through connector. Now Jamie is the only pillar of defense on an A site.
These are creeping around quite aggressively against the CT side. Chris is going to get spoiled out by Nexa as well. Again, they didn't really know that he was towards dark, so 1 versus 3 now for the AWP here. The CT side could find Nexa, and indeed he will be able to do so.
Esperanto?
Now creeping up on the sniper nest.
Ouch.
Yes, Esperanto is set perfectly, and there's only a knife out. Nothing that James could really do. And there we are. Nice start from AVANGAR, but Imperial were able to trade right back, and they will get the equalizing scoreline 17-17 on their T side. And again, that's just 1 of 3 they need to win.
You hate to see it. Tactical pass by coming in by Cillian, probably talking to his teammates that right now is the moment to get themselves into the next map. You don't want to start to choke right now. If you do, you pretty much gave it away to your opponent. And that's something you don't want to see. Either you're a fan of Imperial or not, it doesn't even matter. What we have actually experienced so far on Mirage was an insane match. Train looked a little bit more like a casual one for AVANGAR, just poking around a little bit, getting your structured approach and make it work. And this is what they've done perfectly on Train, but this is a little bit of different, because AVANGAR were up 15-13 in regular playtime, but Imperial, they were not done yet. And I'm quite sure they're not done playing in our 5th round of overtime number 1. As it's now or never for both of the teams. Well, more for Imperial, correcting myself there, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is match point for whoever wins this one. AVANGAR, if they lose it as well, actually this is going to do or die for them, because they will be out of money. They will have to play Overpass if they lose this round. So lots to play for both squads. Jane will kick things off, as does Kicker, and Jane comes on with a follow through another AWP shot from the man,
working.
and he looks for his fourth, locking it down. Oh man, Imperial.
This is the same kind of fashion James secured the round number 15 for AVANGAR, if you remember. He just went full ham, could take down one opponent after another, and pretty much a big middle finger to the air. And this is what he once more did right here. Showed us what he is made of. That AWP in his hands can be the most lethal tool to success for AVANGAR in such a situation. And Jamie on middle, he does it again. Gets Nuki. And so the man advantage in the first 10 seconds in favor of their opponent, with Esperanto taken out as well. It all looks in favor of AVANGAR, who might secure this 19-17.
A 5-on-3, and this is the kind of situation you want to be if you are the AVANGAR CT side. Tensky trying to find some sort of aggressive angle here towards the B bomb side, but meanwhile Cillian's going to go falling. It's Nexa and Tensky, two very different sides of the map. Bomb down, well out of position for both of them. Tensky's now spotted, and Nexa is low. Tensky's got to fight out of this angle. He's not going to be able to do it. Nexa will get one frag, but unfortunately that is not a map victory. It is instead a map victory to the favor of AVANGAR, who after a very grueling time are going to be able to lock out the series at 2-0.
I mean, we had one hell of a beautiful start. I mean, what we saw there from Imperial on the terrorist side was just the finesse you need to shut down a team of the caliber of AVANGAR in the beginning, though, and then they got themselves the spirit back to win, and there's the overtime then successfully, really successfully made for the site of AVANGAR. The Kazakhstan-Russian team in another stage of the Hellcase Cup, number 7. And next up at 20 CT, 8 p.m. Central European time, we're going to watch the guys off Kingwin and Red Reserve, and I know Jay is very excited for that.
Yeah, first game that I'm going to watch with the new man Taz, and of course bringing in some new blood to that Kingwin roster. I think it's going to be a very exciting time to see them. Red Reserve have been a team that have consistently impressed me, although they haven't exactly wowed me. It'll be a very interesting time to see how they'll do against a squad like this. So I'm pretty hyped for it. Of course, that's coming up very soon indeed. I think we've got a little under an hour before that game actually does kick off. It's another best of 3 in the playoff series for the Hellcase Cup, and I think it's going to be a fun time again, you know?
It definitely
I'm pretty
will
happy to see how these squads will compare against each other.
Yeah. And with that being said, we're taking a little break. We'll just be right back in around an hour. Get yourself some snacks, something to drink, something to enjoy. Get yourself a comfortable seating position, because then we'll start up with the next match at the Hellcase Cup number 7, the Swedes of Red Reserve against the Poles from Kingwin.